In the heart of Green River, Wyoming, a young athlete began a journey, one that would touch lives, shape champions, and transcend weight classes. From the small town of Green River to the wrestling mats at the University of Wyoming, John Webb's talent was clear from the start. After stepping away to serve a mission in England, his path led him to Weber State University, where he became two-time Big Sky Conference champion at 126 pounds and a runner-up at the 134 pounds weight class in 1975. He wasn't just competing, he was building the foundation of a legacy.
Coach Webb just had a huge influence on my life. I remember some of my first impressions of Coach was he was very passionate about wrestling, about his wrestlers, about life. He was truly a great example of everything that's good in life.
The first thing that impressed me was his love for wrestling and his wrestlers. Coach Webb was a committed family man. His faith, love for family, and his positive influence permeated everyone around him.
After an impressive run at coaching at Weber High School, Webb returned to Weber State in 1979 as head coach. Over the next decade, he led the Wildcats to the most successful years in the program's history. 2 Big Sky Conference championships, 21 individual champions, and 3 NCAA All-Americans. John Webb demanded everything from his athletes, and in return, they gave him everything they had.
Some of the lessons that stuck with me about Coach Webb was he would always say, if you want to be successful as a wrestler, you got to be willing to do those things that other wrestlers aren't doing. And I remember just going and thinking that in my mind and doing that, doing things that I felt that other wrestlers weren't going to do. And I honestly believe that made a difference to me in my life, in my wrestling career.
When matches started, Coach became completely engaged in it. This calm, humble, quiet person turned into an intense yapper, and his feedback was always appropriate. No wrestler ever felt they were overlooked in a match when Coach was there.
Webb's influence didn't end at Weber State. He joined the powerhouse program at Oklahoma State University, helping the Cowboys capture the 1989 NCAA championship. He later served as an assistant coach at Brigham Young University, continuing to guide and mentor young athletes on and off the mat.
I think one of the best ways to evaluate a coach's success is to look at what his wrestlers accomplished after their careers. Many are successfully self-employed, have worked for large and small corporations, retired, have great families, and stay in touch with teammates and coaches.
In 2007, his career was honored with induction into the Utah Amateur Wrestling Hall of Fame. Today, John and his wife Jan call Spanish Fork, Utah their home. Together, they raised 7 children while John remained active in youth wrestling, coaching, mentoring, and giving back to the sport that shapes his life. For him, wrestling was always about more than the medals. It was about molding character, building discipline, and preparing young men and women for life's toughest battles.
When he first met with my twin brother and I, he talked about wrestling. He knew we wanted to serve missions for our church, and he actually encouraged that. He said, if you go and serve a mission, you're going to be a better wrestler even after serving, and I honestly believe he was right.
Now, in 2025, John Webb returns to where it all began. Green River High School honors him with induction into the Hall of Fame, not only for the championships, but for the lifetime defined by perseverance, service, and inspiration. His story is one of grit, faith, and heart. Proof that greatness can begin in the smallest of towns and echo across the nation and throughout the years. From Green River to Weber State, from Oklahoma State to BYU, and into the lives of countless young wrestlers, John Webb's legacy lives on. Because in the end, his greatest victories aren't measured in points or titles, but in the lives he touched and the champions he inspired. John Webb, welcome to the Green River High School Hall of Fame.